This is Pete Thomas from NBC's The Biggest Losers from Season 2. Listen, I want to give you guys an update. This is Season number 7, week number 18 of the biggest, baddest season ever. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you guys a quick update, and then I'm going to talk to you about the preparation that we go through leading into the finale week. So again, quick update. Last week, all 4 contestants were sent home. They were sent home to reacclimate themselves and try to get back into their regular lives. But at the same time, they've got to work out. Now, it's not as easy as it sounds to get back into the same old routine. One of my buddies, actually Mark, he said he had difficulty the first couple times he started driving again. And here's a police officer who drove every day. You know, now, obviously he was driving to the donut shop and back, but still, you think that, you wouldn't forget how to drive. But yes, you forget simple things like how to drive. And we see kind of a picture of that. When Jillian goes to visit Tara, we saw that her bed was full of stuff from the ranch. You see, when you leave the ranch, they basically take all of your stuff, put it in a huge box, and they ship it home to you. Because you over time, now you had your original clothes that you fit in when you came to the ranch. And of course, you brought some extra stuff because you had no idea what was in store. Then you collected all of these workout clothes and any other things that you may have had a chance to shop for. All of this, books or whatever, all of this stuff just gets dropped in the box, and so you got to unpack it. Well, Tara's like, out of it, everything's on the bed. I've gone through that same experience. When I was at home, once I got home, I used to say to myself every day before I left, okay, wallet, phone, keys, wallet, phone, keys. I still do that today. Why? Because when you're in the ranch, you had no need for a wallet, no need for keys, and no need for your phone. And so I would simply forget all of that stuff. Now, when I'm at home, and I remember when I came back home the first couple of days, I leave out to go to my car, pull the door to, boom, left my keys inside. I'm locked out of my house. You know what I mean? Because you forget all of that stuff. So it's really interesting to have to reacclimate, but at the same time, they've got to keep their workouts up, and bing, 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 there's a knock at the door. Who is it? Oh, it's Allison in a box. And she tells them that they've got to prep for a marathon of all things. Not a surprise. I told you before that Rodale was a partner with them. Rodale creates Runner's World, and, we had that other issue with Dane. He ran 26.2 miles, but only 23 of it at first, and then another, 3.2. And anyway, we had a feeling, we knew that they were going to be running. And so we've got a challenge where the contestants actually have to run 26 miles. Now, here's the thing. With this, I've run a marathon, very slowly, mind you, but a marathon challenges you more mentally than physically. Physically, it's not about, your cardiorespiratory system. The Biggest Loser contestants they're athletes as far as that goes. Their heart and their lungs are working like fine-tuned pieces of machinery, but their joints, their knees and their hips and their ankles are not accustomed to the running that happens when you're going to be running outdoors. And it looks like they were actually running somewhere along PCH, the Pacific Coast Highway, which is beautiful, beautiful scenery, but I guarantee you, you can't practice for that in that short a period of time. So it was really, really grueling. But it's a challenge, so who do we know is going to win a challenge? That's right, T to the ARA. Tara's going to win the challenge. Comes in just under 5 hours, doesn't beat Oprah, who was 4 hours and 30 minutes. And that was my goal, to beat Oprah. I didn't come anywhere near it. Tara did way better than me, but she's a stud. And since this is mental, a lot of mental, just endure the pain and keep going, we know that she's going to be successful. Behind her, about an hour later, comes Helen, just awesome, doing awesome. Then behind her is Mike. He had some type of hip injury, so he couldn't actually run it. Disappointed at that. The other contestants come along from different seasons. Bernie and all of these other folks come along, and they really, encourage them and give them some advice and push them along the way. And then finally we see who comes through. That's right, it's Ron. Now here's the deal. Everyone out there, if you've got friends or you yourself are very, very overweight, you work out and you say, oh, this hurts or that hurts, and, I can't work out because I'm sore. Well, you've got to look at Ron, and you've got to ask yourself, why did he go through that? Why did he go through that? He would not have disappointed anyone if he had stopped. And he was really in bad shape. At one point, his blood pressure was really high. His knees and ankles, everything were swelling up. He was in severe pain, but he pushed through anyway. So that means the rest of us big folks, we have no excuse. No excuse. If you want it, you're going to have to endure some pain. You're going to have to. You're going to have to endure some pain if you want to get this weight off and get it off quickly. It's one of the principles I teach in my course. But just a great, great show. And then, of course, we've got the weigh-in. At the weigh-in, Mike and Ron do very good. They both drop around 10 pounds. But percentage-wise, Helen and Tara beat them out. And so Ron and Mike are below the yellow line. And here's the thing about that, about them being below the yellow line. You know, America's got to vote on which one is going to go over into the finals and be one of the top 3, which one is going to go over to the pool with the at-home contestants. And really, it's going to come down to the fact of whether America just said, we didn't like the way that Ron played the game, and since he played the game in such a fashion, we're going to vote him over there, or they're going to say, you know what, we want to give the young fella a chance to win it all. It's going to be really up to America and how we look at those kind of things. You know, what kind of attention are we going to pay? Last season, it kind of backfired. You know, Vicky and Heba kind of controlled the game, and Ed wanted his wife Heba to make it over into the finales, but America voted him over. Now his wife ended up winning $100,000, but the way she played the game, she lost about $150,000 in that whole process. And so the same thing is for you. Go to NBC.com. Vote on who you want over into the finale. You know, who do you want to be in the final 3 is what it is, you know. And actually, you can even vote from your home phone up to 10 times. I think they like that whole American Idol thing, you know. Anyway,